Part 39. Fantasy, I Robbed Millions of Saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 385. Qin Changshen looked at this door. There was only a frame but no door. The portal is extremely tall and mysterious, and may not look more than 1,000 feet tall, but in Qin Changshen's view, this portal seems to be able to accommodate a whole world. This door seems to have existed for a long time, as if there was this door when the world first opened. This portal exudes the aura of vast vicissitudes of life, and above the portal, there are many patterns. These patterns look like they are alive, flowing on the portal, exuding infinite charm. Qin Changshen just glanced at it, as if he was attracted by the portal. Qin Changshen couldn't quite tell what this portal was, but it was indeed possible that it was an ancient forbidden land. Qin Changshen felt the mystery of this portal, but after a while, the portal changed. As if something was brewing, the portal was emitting light. Qin Changshen was not sure whether the door would be opened next to welcome Qin Changshen. It could also be that a beam of energy burst out, directly destroying Qin Changshen. No, there is movement in the ancient forbidden land. Lord Blood Demon God, let's step back a little. There is only one passage here, so we can just guard this kid here. The Blood Demon God has no choice but to make this decision. If he really offends the ancient forbidden land, it may be really dangerous. Qin Changshen feels the power emanating from this portal, and still has some fear in his heart, so the formation marks of the Tao turned into golden lotus flowers and flew towards the portal in front. Qin Changshen couldn't be sure about other things, but this portal definitely has the formation. Qin Changshen's current emperor's different eyes are not very capable. After using it, this method can only be used. The formation mark disappeared into the portal, and the changes and fluctuations that occurred in the portal seemed to disappear. Qin Changshen also breathed a sigh of relief. The formation method of the portal is basically there is nothing to understand, let alone control. The formations on this portal are natural and extremely powerful. They are even more powerful and terrifying than the formations on the Forbidden Stone at the bottom of the Divine Blood Pool. The clone of the Blood Demon God and the 8th grade Demon Emperor Kongu did not catch up. However, even if I don't chase him now, I probably won't let me go back easily. I have to wait for a while here until my strength has improved enough before I can go out. Qin Changshen knew that he wouldn't be able to penetrate this portal in a short time, and he didn't have the time to take care of it first. It's safe for the time being. He sat down to recover from his injuries, and by the way, he could refine and absorb all the devil's essence and blood. Let's talk about stabilizing the realm. Now Qin Changshen is already in the realm of the 5th grade martial emperor. It is estimated that the realm cannot be improved in a short time. Therefore, if you want to improve your strength, you have to look at other aspects. The saint's understanding of Taoism battles the improvement of skills. These are the important factors to improve Qin Changshen's strength. However, Qin Changshen just sat down, recovered a little, refined a little and absorbed a little power. The portal changed again. This time, this portal radiated the aura and power are more powerful, far more powerful than the power of the Blood Demon God clone. The power emanating from this portal is fierce and powerful. No, if it was really the power and attack coming from the portal, I might not be able to withstand it. Qin Changshen was extremely vigilant, but suddenly someone came out of this empty door. It was a woman. This woman was dressed in white, and her clothes were as white as snow. Her appearance was astonishing. She was absolutely stunning. His eyes were extremely agile. He immediately saw Qin Changshen and noticed Qin Changshen's current state. He seemed to have a somewhat surprised expression. "Is that you?" The woman was aloof and arrogant. She didn't take Qin Changshen seriously at all. Qin Changshen was quite unhappy in his heart. However, the other party's realm and strength were really not something Qin Changshen could compare to and offend now. The system also gave it to him. Qin Changshen's information about the other party, this information, you can't tell without looking at it, you will be shocked when you look at it. This realm, this strength, is absolutely extremely powerful. Name, Gu Qingqian. Goddess of the ancient god clan. Realm, Tongtian realm 8th heaven, 8th grade martial emperor. Physique, innate Taoist body of creation. Godly bones of creation, divine eyes of creation. Bloodline, bloodline of the ancient gods. Bloodline of the 5th level emperor, perfect. Taoism, great way of creation, 3rd level authentic saint realm. Great way of heaven and earth, the realm of earthly saints. Yin-Yang Avenue, the 7th level realm of human saints. Combat skills, the 4th level emperor level combat skill, the millstone of creation, perfect. The 4th level emperor level combat skill, God steps on the heavens, perfect. Creation, the dharma of the gods, perfect. The 4th level emperor level combat skill, the divine fist of creation, perfect. The 3rd level emperor level combat skill, the immortal body of creation, perfect. After Qin Changshen read it, he was both worried and a little excited. This woman's talent and strength are really too strong. She has an innate Taoist body and an ancient divine bloodline at the 5th level emperor bloodline level. Although I don't know how strong these are specifically, you will know by comparing them. There are also these 3 avenues. Why does this one feel a little different? There are also emperor-level combat skills, which are simply unbelievable. The soft and waxy voice of the system appeared in Qin Changshen's mind, and also gave Qin Changshen an answer. There are 3,000 avenues in this world. Holy Lord, what you understand now is just a small path. Qin Changshen couldn't listen anymore. Is my way of time a small way? The way of time is naturally not a small way, but the Holy Lord's current understanding is not yet at home, and has not yet reached the realm of the Great Way. 3,000 avenues. Only then did Qin Changshen realize that these he had understood were just minor ones, but this woman had actually understood 3 kinds of avenues, and she seemed to be not weak in strength. The avenue of creation. The avenue of universe. And the avenue of yin and yang. How could this happen? Everyone can see that the strength of this avenue should be at the forefront. Qin Changshen felt a huge gap. If he could rob this woman, Qin Changshen estimated that his strength could leap forward instantly. Even if the blood demon god himself comes, Qin Changshen is sure that he can kill her. However, if Qin Changshen wants to plunder such a woman now, it will be even more difficult than killing the clone of the blood demon god outside. Hey, are you talking to me? Qin Changshen can only be polite and wait until he is strong enough before plundering the woman in front of him. Girl, I'm Qin Changshen. There is no one else here except me. I wonder what the girl wants to ask. Did you bring those annoying demons here? Qin Changshen immediately noticed Gu Qingqian's disgust for these demons, and naturally denied it immediately. It's not me, how could it be possible? After 3 consecutive denials, Qin Changshen continued to explain, I am from the human race, and there are countless grievances between the human race and the demon race. These people are here to hunt me down. They think my talent is too strong. Gu Qing glanced at Qin Changshen, and seemed to see through Qin Changshen with this glance. Your talent seems to be only average, but it is indeed much better than those outside. Qin Changshen was so embarrassed that he greeted her with a smile. Compared with girls, my talents are indeed nothing to mention. Gu Qingqian seemed to be thinking about something, and after a while she smiled. They want to hunt you down, then I'll go and kill them all and save your life. You promise me a condition, what do you think? Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 386. Qin Changshen really didn't expect that this goddess would actually make such a good suggestion, to kill all the people outside, just so that Qin Changsheng could agree to a condition. Qin Changsheng couldn't think of anything worthy of the other party's concern about him. His own talent and strength were far inferior to Gu Qingqian's. There must be something fishy in this. Qin Changsheng was not in a hurry to agree, but asked one more question first to be sure. I wonder what conditions the girl wants me to agree to. Gu Qingqian showed a sincere smile. Actually, it is also very simple. Our ancient gods are cursed, so, you have to help us lift the curse in the future. Qin Changsheng couldn't see through the curse at all, and the system didn't tell him. In the current situation, Qin Changsheng didn't know whether he should agree or not, so he just asked the system for further questioning. System, what curse does this ancient Protoss have? The Holy Master is not strong enough and has insufficient authority to investigate. Qin Changsheng could only find another way. System, when do you think I can help them lift this curse? There was no answer. Qin Changsheng could only continue to guess. Is the divine realm okay? The system was silent, and Qin Changsheng continued to ask, is the 9th grade martial god okay? Still silent. Qin Changsheng is very helpless now. Even the 9th level martial god can't do it. This is very difficult. Does it have to be above the divine realm to do it? Gu Qingqian could also see that Qin Changsheng was in a dilemma, so he had no choice but to continue explaining. The curse of our ancient gods is very difficult to solve. We must understand the path of the curse before we can hope to lift the curse. At least we must be in the realm of an authentic saint. The avenue of curses, this sounds very powerful. It should be one of the 3,000 avenues. It is true that Qin Changsheng has not understood it now, but with the system in place, there is still hope that he can understand the path of the curse in the future. However, when he can help them lift the curse, Qin Changsheng will have to reach the realm of the god of war to have this opportunity and hope. There may be a chance to reach the cursed avenue of the pure saint realm, but will you believe me so easily? Gu Qingqian also showed a cunning face, looking very cute. Of course not, so you must make an oath of heaven. I will help you kill all the demons in the outside world. If you agree to help us lift the curse, there must be a time limit, 300 years. 300 years are indeed nothing to Qin Changsheng. After all, Qin Changsheng is only 20 years old now. In another 300 years, Qin Changsheng's improvement in strength will definitely be terrifying. 300 years, I agreed. Qin Changsheng is extremely confident in himself. 300 years is enough for Qin Changsheng to upgrade himself to a divine realm, even a high-level divine realm. The improvement in all aspects is extremely huge. As for the cursed avenue, Qin Changsheng is also very confident. Well, let's make an oath of heaven. Gu Qingqian came in front of Qin Changsheng. Qin Changsheng was also thinking about whether to directly rob the goddess in front of him. Although wealth is found in danger, he might have been killed by the opponent's palm as soon as he made any move. A ray of soul power, a drop of blood essence, this is what the heavenly Dao oath requires. After this oath is established, it will naturally be recognized by heavenly Dao. By the way, if you cannot complete it within 300 years, heaven will bring disaster. Even if you reach the 9th level of martial god, or surpass the martial god and reach the realm of Tao god, you will still be unable to escape. If Qin Changsheng cannot fulfill this oath within 300 years, it will definitely be extremely tragic. The punishment of heaven is not as simple as thunder. 3 disasters and 9 disasters will befall Qin Changsheng. 3 disasters and 9 disasters, due to doomsday natural disasters, big sun fires, black sun wind disasters, earth disasters, human disasters, demon and god disasters, samadhi difficulties, nature difficulties, karma difficulties, mind difficulties, soul difficulties, and disasters. This method is powerful and its power is unpredictable. Qin, if immortality is contaminated by these disasters, even those in the realm of the god of war may not be able to escape their demise. I know, in 300 years, I will do it. Gu Qingqian didn't know where Qin Changshen's confidence came from, but since Qin Changshen agreed, Gu Qingqian had nothing to say. After all, according to the prophecies of the ancient gods, only the people in the prophecies can break the curse. According to the current situation, Qin Changshen is the prophesied son of the ancient gods who can lift the curse of the ancient gods. Gu Qingqian naturally knows that this journey is difficult and dangerous, and it is definitely unfair to Qin Changshen. However, he also prepared a lot of good things for Qin Changshen. After he and Qin Changshen make an oath of heaven, these things will be given to Qin Changshen to make up for and improve Qin Changshen. Help Qin Changshen quickly improve his strength, so that he can be in the 300 solve the curse within years. Gu Qingqian has already started, and begins to recite his oath. I, Gu Qingqian, the ancient divine race, and the human race, what is your name? Qin Changshen. Gu Qingqian planned to continue, remember it clearly and don't make any mistakes. No problem. Gu Qingqian, the ancient divine race, and Qin Changshen, the human race, have concluded an oath of heaven. I, Gu Qingqian, help the human Qin Changshen to kill the demonic enemies from outside and overcome the difficulties. Qin Changshen will help our ancient Protoss to lift the ancient curse within 300 years. Gu Qingqian looked at Qin Changshen. Qin Changshen naturally knew that it was his turn. I, the human race Qin Changshen, have concluded an oath of heaven with the ancient god race Gu Qingqian. Gu Qingqian, the ancient Protoss, help me kill the enemies from the outside world. Qin Changshen stopped mid-sentence, do we have to kill them all? Are there any witches outside? Can they be left alive? Gu Qingqian was extremely helpless, why were there still such people? This is not a problem. This is entered into willingly by both parties. You only need to explain this, and then it will be all right. The two slightly adjusted their oaths, and finally determined the conditions for both parties, and the next process was much simpler. The wisps of soul and drops of blood released by each of them seemed to attract each other, flying together, fused together. Countless phantoms of the rules of the avenue came, and visions appeared. After all these things were merged together, they were divided into 2 drops and returned to their respective bodies. The oath of heaven has been made. If both of us do not fulfill the oath, we will be counterattacked by heaven and cause 3 disasters and 9 disasters. This is not something you can refine or erase at will. I see. Gu Qingqian looked outside, showing an excited expression. Now, I will help you eliminate all these demons, and the woman will stay. Let's go now. Is everyone here? Gu Qingqian's divine pupil of creation is much stronger than Qin Changshen's imperial pupil. Naturally, he can see the situation outside. It's almost time. All these demons are here, just in time to catch them all. Gu Qingqian was very excited and was ready to show off his skills. According to the agreement, among these demons, the demon prodigy Mokyungsun cannot be killed. The blood demon god is just a clone after all, and Gu Qingqian's strength is not up to the level of passing the clone kills the main body, so just kill the clone. According to this requirement, everyone is almost here. Let's go, although your strength is not good enough, you can still help me pay attention to whether there is any fish that has slipped through the net, solve the subtleties as soon as possible, and avoid unnecessary complications. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 387. Gu Qingqian set off immediately, with Qin Changshen following closely behind. Only then did he realize that Gu Qingqian's strength was far beyond his imagination. If the blood demon god's true form was here, he might not be Gu Qingqian's opponent. This footwork and speed really amazed Qin Changshen. With one step, he directly trampled the space, directly trampled the rules of the avenue, and directly traversed a world. He directly led Qin Changsheng out of the passage and came to the front of Kongu and the Blood Demon God's clone. Kongu was too late to react, and the Blood Demon God's clone was, after all, the Demon God's clone. Although its strength was limited, it was related to the Demon God after all, and its eyesight was different in all aspects. What a speed! What a powerful breath! The strong man who came out of the ancient Forbidden Land is obviously only in the 8th grade martial emperor realm, but he can make me feel fear and awe. What is going on? The two people's thoughts had just arisen and they were about to resist when Gu Qingqian punched out. The power of this punch contained endless power. Qin Changsheng saw that under the power of this punch, it seemed as if the world was turned upside down. Even one side of the world was destroyed. Under the power of this punch, yin and yang evolved, and all things returned to yin and yang. Yin and yang rotated endlessly. What made Qin Changsheng feel the most mysterious was that there was another great way, which was the rumored one. The avenue of creation, the supreme creation, can turn decay into magic, and can turn everything into decay. The 8th grade demon emperor Kongu, the blood demon god's clone, turned into decay at this moment, and was finally destroyed easily. Is this the avenue of creation? It's really magical. Qin Changsheng was amazed. Sure enough, Gu Qingqian's strength is really too strong. He just chose to stand still and not be so greedy that he directly robbed Gu Qingqian. It was a wise choice. Gu Qingqian's eyes are also extremely mysterious. The god of creation pupils, after all, are in the ranks of divine pupils, and they are definitely among the best among divine pupils. These eyes look into the distance, towards the future. Still want to run. Gu Qingqian took another step. This step seemed to step on the hearts of all the demons. They suddenly felt a thump, and a huge pressure came towards them to suppress them. A 9th grade demon emperor was also suppressed by this. The power is suppressed. Although you can still move, it is extremely restricted, as if you are facing an extremely powerful god-level expert. Okay, what a powerful force. Dis was also oppressed by a powerful force. He was so oppressed that he almost couldn't breathe. He almost knelt down. This huge force hit Dis very hard. Who is it? I don't want to die yet. I am the genius of the demon clan. In the future, I will be the supreme powerhouse who can break through to the realm of the demon god. This is not that human race. This power is extremely desolate, as if it is not the power of this era, but the ancient era. Could it be a strong man who came out of the ancient Forbidden Land? No, I don't want to die. It was the human race that disturbed the adults. Why are they targeting us? 8th grade demon emperors and 9th grade demon emperors could only deal with it reluctantly. Although they burst out with powerful strength, they could feel that the situation was not good. All the demon emperors used their full strength to resist Gu Qingqian, and Gu Qingqian disagreed. The Qinqin Avenue was unfolding, and the power of the rules of the Qinqin Avenue was everywhere. In an instant, these demon emperors seemed to be pulled in front of Qin Changsheng and Gu Qingqian by an inexplicable force. Qin Changsheng, seeing Gu Qingqian's method, he was even more surprised. This was not an ordinary method. Even Kongu, who was extremely powerful underground, probably couldn't do this, right? Qinqin Avenue, this seems to be the way of space. The avenue above, right? Sure enough, Gu Qingqian seemed to be in control of the universe. Everything nearby seemed to be under control. Even the 9th grade demon emperor was still unable to break free. Demons destroy the world. Destroy it? Kill, kill, kill. Killing lasts forever. Every demon clan tried their best. There were more than 10 demon clans in total, and the weakest ones were the 8th level demon emperors. However, these more than 10 demon clans fought together, but Gu Qingqian was able to suppress them easily. the great millstone of the universe. This side of the world seems to have turned into a huge millstone, and these demon emperors are like objects about to be sent into the millstone. They are unable to resist at all. This huge attraction will suck the demon emperors into the hole one after another. And once they are sucked into the hole, what awaits them is a huge millstone. This millstone is a universe, and they cannot break free or resist. No, I don't want to go in. An 8th grade demon emperor finally couldn't resist the attraction and was sucked into the hole. The millstone turned slowly and leisurely. A demon emperor was obliterated in the millstone. His strength, body, and blood were all obliterated. Qin Changsheng felt a hint of terror. This was not as simple as grinding beans. This was the demon emperor, the 8th grade demon emperor. He couldn't resist. He was ground down in circles like this. It was really painful. Qin Changsheng seemed to be able to feel the feeling of the demon emperor's soul being wiped out over and over again. It was really indescribable. It was definitely a kind of torture. Mo Kinksun was already panicking, but in the end he was repelled by a force and attracted. He came out and came to Gu Qingqian's side. You'd better be honest. If you also want to go in and be polished, I don't mind making it happen for you. Hearing these words, Mo Kinksun's heart trembled. The woman in front of him is the real demon, right? This kind of combat skill and method are too powerful and cruel. And other demon emperors and demons, none of the Tianjiao could bear the attraction. This huge power seemed to turn into a storm, sweeping over the demon emperor who was on the millstone. Finally, they were sucked into the air one by one. After entering, they began to in the rotation and friction of the millstone, it began to be rubbed away, and a piercing cry came out. No. Ah, I want to die, I don't want to live anymore. It hurts. Why? Why? Gu Qingqian's methods made Qin Changsheng and Mo Kinksun a little panicked. Gu Qingqian looked at Qin Changsheng and said, "You'd better be able to complete the task within 300 years, otherwise, I won't need to take action. The 9th disaster is even more cruel than this. Since I have promised the girl, I will naturally do my best to do this." Gu Qingqian looked at Mo Kinksun and asked casually, "What are you going to do with her?" The reason why Qin Changsheng kept Mo Kinksun is very simple. Naturally, it is to improve his strength. Mo Kinksun is a genius of the demon clan. He is in the realm of the 5th grade martial emperor, has the blood of the emperor, a divine body, and various other things. Powerful combat skills can all provide Qin Changsheng with strength. Keep her and be my little slave girl. If it weren't for the purpose of acquiring more little slave girls, I wouldn't be so anxious to improve my strength. Gu Qingqian can also see that it is not easy for Qin Changsheng to reach his current level and strength at the age of 20. However, this habit is really hard for Gu Qingqian to accept. Hey, just do whatever you like. Now, my oath has been completed, don't forget, 300 years is not too much time. Even if you reach the realm of Taoism, it is of no use. Cursing the Tao is the key. I'll do the work, just don't worry. Although it seems that my matter is very difficult, I am also a person who knows how to repay kindness. I will definitely do my best to help you lift the curse. That would be perfect. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 388. Qin Changsheng looked at these demon emperors, and they were easily killed by Gu Qingqian, especially the clone of the blood demon god. You must know that the clone of the blood demon god is extraordinary in strength and is considered relatively strong among the 9th grade demon emperors. In particular, this blood demon god clone had the power of a drop of demon god's essence and blood, and was eventually destroyed. Far away in the demon realm, the blood demon god felt the news that his clone was dead, and also knew that a young woman had appeared and destroyed his clone with ease. My clone was actually destroyed. That woman was so powerful. People from the ancient forbidden land. The blood demon god felt fear, because he knew very clearly that if his true form were present, he might not be able to defeat this woman. It is worthy of being a forbidden area that has been preserved from the Three Ancients period. People who come out of the forbidden area are powerful. The demon god Dishan was also confronting the burying blade martial god, but in the process, he still noticed the changes here. How is this going? The clone of the blood demon god was actually destroyed. That human race, no, was not the genius of the human race, but a strong man from the ancient forbidden land. The emperor and heaven demon god could only give up the entanglement and choose to take a look in person. The current situation is not that simple. Although the blood demon god is angry, he also knows that the ancient forbidden land cannot resist easily. This demon realm looks powerful, but in fact this is not even the true base camp of the demon clan. The demon clan's holy land is the innate demon realm, and there are many demon gods in it. The human race is similar. This Fangtian divine realm is just one of many divine realms, and the human race's holy land is in a distant place. In this demon clan among them, the strongest one is only the 5th grade demon god. The emperor and heaven demon god is very strong, but the way of the sword of the burial blade martial god is extremely close to the realm of the heavenly saint. The strength of the burial blade martial god is definitely stronger. Now, the emperor and heaven demon god has noticed the situation is not right, and I don't intend to continue to struggle. If there is a problem over there, it means that the plan to hunt down Qin Changsheng, the prodigy of the human race, has failed. The blood demon god immediately informed the emperor and heaven demon god, a strong man has appeared in the ancient forbidden land. The strong man seems to have a good relationship with the human genius. The clone has been destroyed, and other demon emperors and geniuses may not be spared. The emperor and heavenly demon god knew that Qin Changsheng, the prodigy of the human race, should be unable to target him. After all, the burying blade martial god had already appeared in person, and he, the emperor and heavenly demon god, could not stop him. The most important thing was the changes in the ancient forbidden land, and the powerful forces that appeared in the ancient forbidden land. The person had a good impression of Qin Changsheng, and even helped kill a group of demon emperors. This also means that the appearance of the demon god emperor and heaven may be of no use. The genius of the human race actually let him run away like this. Qin Changsheng is very excited now. He looks at Mo Qiangxun in front of him. Mo Qiangxun is the genius of the demon clan. He is at the 5th level demon emperor realm. The improvement he can bring to Qin Changsheng is definitely not weak. Qin Changsheng is also looking forward to plundering Mo Qiangxun. Qin Changsheng is very sure that it can help him to have a great improvement. It is very possible to be promoted to the 6th grade martial emperor, or even the 7th grade martial emperor. Qin Changsheng used the formation in this way. The golden lotus formations flew into Mo Qiangxun's body and turned into formations, sealing Mo Qiangxun's strength. After all, Mo Qiangxun was a genius of the demon clan, and at the level of a 5th grade martial emperor, his true strength was comparable to compared with the 8th grade demon emperor. Gu Qingqian has taken care of all the demon emperors, so she has fulfilled her request. Now that I have fulfilled my vow, I am waiting for you. Since Qin Changsheng has made the oath of heaven, he naturally cannot go back on it. If he does not fulfill this oath, the end will still be very miserable. I also know that your task is still relatively difficult, so our ancient Protoss has also invested in you and prepared some training resources for you. Qin Changsheng originally thought that the matter was over and he could leave quickly to avoid being caught up by other strong men from the demon clan. However, Gu Qingqian brought out something good, so he must want it. I don't know, what training resources are there? Gu Qingqian took out a bead. At first glance, Qin Changsheng knew that this bead had an unusual origin. It was not a bead, it was completely like a world. Qin Changsheng looked at this bead, and inside the bead, there are mountains, rivers, and all kinds of creatures, and the spiritual power among them is also quite rich and magical. This is a world bead, which is similar to an ordinary fairy palace and storage space, but this one is an upgraded version. Qin Changsheng couldn't help complaining. Where is the upgraded version here? This is a world to hold items. It is even more exaggerated and powerful than Linglong Immortal Mansion. Linglong Immortal Mansion is indeed very big, and it is indeed very powerful. It's magical, but this world pearl seems to be a real world. You can directly use this world bead as your own storage space, or you can merge it with the original storage space to form a more magical little world that is exclusive to you. Qin Changsheng doesn't know the value of this world bead, but it is definitely not cheap if it can be equal to one world. Good stuff, thank you very much, Miss Qingqian. There are others. These are some secret books on combat skills, formation techniques, and alchemy techniques. The grades are not bad and should be of some help to you. Qin Changsheng feels the hundreds of secret books and knows the value in them. These combat skills are of great significance to Qin Changsheng now. Qin Changsheng's current combat skills are not of a high level. With these, he can be greatly improved. There is nothing much to say about the last item. It is a drop of blood that contains the Cursed Avenue, which can help you understand the Cursed Avenue. Qin Changsheng looked at the last drop of blood essence sealed in amber, which contained very pure and powerful curse power. Qin Changsheng could feel this strange and unpredictable power just by looking at it. The power is extremely mysterious, and it is worthy of being one of the 3,000 avenues. It does contain a powerful power of curse. The rules of the Cursed Avenue are indeed very obvious, but it is still difficult to understand the Cursed Avenue. These are 3 gifts for you. I hope you can quickly improve your strength. Qin Changsheng was satisfied. Although he still had the idea of plundering Gu Qingqian in his heart, he suppressed this idea for now. He plundered Gu Qingqian near the ancient Forbidden Land. Even if Qin Changsheng plundered Mokyungsun after that, his strength increased, and he may not be Gu Qingqian's opponent. Even if he can successfully plunder, the ancient Forbidden Land behind Gu Qingqian is not so easy to deal with. Qin Changsheng also made up his mind in his heart, next time, wait a moment, if I come again, I will definitely plunder you. Putting aside this idea for the time being, Qin Changsheng turned his target to Mokyungsun. Mokyungsun's talent and strength should be able to help Qin Changsheng improve a lot without saying a word. He directly brought Mokyungsun into the Linglong Immortal Mansion. Didi, congratulations to the Holy Lord, you have successfully plundered the witch Mokyungsun, who successfully destroyed the demon clan. The rewards are being calculated. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 389. Qin Changsheng heard the long-lost voice again. The system was finally settling again, and Qin Changsheng could improve his strength again. The Mokyungsun in front of him is a demon-destroying person who has understood the way of killing and the way of destruction. In terms of Taoist understanding, Mokyungsun's understanding is not bad, and he should be able to help Qin Changsheng improve a lot. Qin Changsheng waited patiently and was not in a hurry to leave now. As for the World Pearl, Qin Changsheng was not in a hurry to let the Linglong Immortal Mansion and the World Pearl merge now. Now is not the time, at least until it is a little more stable. Qin Changsheng plans to wait until his strength improves and has a certain ability to protect himself before leaving here. Please host choose the improvement method. When the soft and cute voice of the system appeared, Qin Changsheng was still a little curious, and a prompt actually appeared. You must know that there was no such prompt before. Qin Changsheng also saw the 2 improvement methods given by the system. Here we are. The first method of promotion is the same as before. The 5th grade Demon Emperor Mokyungsun can help Qin Changsheng be promoted to the realm of the 7th grade Martial Emperor. Not to mention his strength, he should be able to fight against the 9th grade Demon Emperor. However, the system also provides a second way to improve, allowing Qin Changsheng to upgrade each realm again and reach the extreme of each small realm. In this case, the realm cannot be improved, and it will still be the realm of a 5th grade martial emperor, but his strength is not the same. Not weak. How come there are two choices? The system also patiently gave an explanation. Holy Master should know that the gap between each small realm at this stage is more than 10 times. Therefore, Mo Kyungsun, who is in the 5th grade Demon Emperor realm, can no longer help the Holy Master to advance from the 5th grade Martial Emperor to the 6th grade Martial Emperor after earning 10 times the profit. So the improvement in my strength before was actually equivalent to sacrificing my foundation in exchange for an improvement in my realm. It can be understood this way. Talents like Mo Kyungsun and goddesses are very high-quality saints. Only after the host plunders can they achieve perfection in every small realm. Qin Changsheng finally understood that in terms of overall strength, there is not much difference, but in terms of realm, it will not improve for the time being. It is better to solidify the foundation first. As for being promoted to the 7th level Martial Emperor, it will not help him defeat the powerful enemies in the divine realm. And if you achieve perfection in every realm, you will be stronger in the future. Qin Changsheng chose the second option without hesitation. This choice has hundreds of benefits and no harm. Thank you. I'm not sure yet whether other demons will deal with me, so I have to leave first. When I think I have the strength, I will come back to help the girl and the ancient gods lift the curse. This is just a transaction, and Gu Qingqian can only be regarded as an investment. In fact, Gu Qingqian is not very optimistic about Qin Changsheng. Qin Changsheng's current talent and strength are indeed very strong, but that's all. That's all. There is still 180,000 miles to solve the curse. Holy Master, Qin Changsheng. Age, 20. Physique, innate ancient divine body. Emperor's different eyes, enhanced version of 1,000 charming demonic eyes, Emperor Yun Jade mysterious bones, innate demon emperor's heart. Bloodline, bloodline of the perfect demonic dragon emperor. 7th level. Authentic saint level Taoism, the way of the piano, level 2. The way of the sword, the 5th level. The way of fire, the 3rd level. Formation the way of destruction, the 3rd level. The way of killing, the 1st level. The way of human saint level, the way of time, the 8th level. The way of strength, the 4th level. The way of dancing, the 3rd level. The realm of cultivation, 5th grade martial emperor. Skills, Imperial grade 7th grade alchemy technique. Imperial grade 7th grade formation technique. Combat skills, Imperial grade 6th grade combat technique ancient dragon demon battle body, perfect. Imperial grade 6th grade combat technique ancient dragon demon battle body sword technique, perfection. The 6th grade Imperial combat technique 9 layers of demonic shadow, perfect. The 6th grade Imperial combat technique destroying demonic sound, perfect. The 6th grade Imperial combat technique destroying flame palm. The improvement in combat skills is even greater, from the original Saint King level to the Emperor level. You must know that most of these witches are at the Demon Emperor level, and the combat skills they use are also at the Holy King level. As for Mo Kyungsun, the combat skills are even more exaggerated, but they are of the Emperor level. Only raising Qin Changsheng's combat skills to the Emperor level is actually the improvement of combat skills to the limit. Qin Changsheng's combat skills are definitely the strongest among the same level. Or to put it another way, Qin Changsheng's current combat skills are divided according to the grades of ancient times. After experiencing the 3 periods of ancient times, and ancient times, the changes in all aspects are actually great. Current combat skills in most aspects, they lag behind those of the 3 ancients period, and the average level is indeed far behind. There is also a big gap between the average level of geniuses now and the geniuses of the 3 ancients period. Qin Changshen's improvement in combat skills is mainly due to the improvement of his combat skills. The combat skills of the saints and witches are integrated into Qin Changshen's own combat skills, rather than simply being improved by 10 times and then thrown to Qin Changshen. These combat skills are very suitable for Qin Changshen, and Qin Changshen can also display more powerful combat skills. What makes Qin Changshen most gratified is that both the way of destruction and the way of killing have been upgraded to the realm of authentic saints. These two ways have significantly improved the power of other ways. When the time comes, use the way of sword to cooperate with destruction. The power of the Tao and the Tao of killing has been increased by more than a small amount. The current Tao of Qin Changshen's sword is only at the level of a 5th level authentic saint, but with the Tao of killing and the Tao of destruction at the level of a 1st level authentic saint, it should be able to display the power of the 6th level sword. It seems that it is only improved by 1 level, but in fact, it is extremely difficult to increase by 1 level, not to mention, the closer to the realm of the Saint of Heaven, the stronger the power. Qin Changshen's improvement is finally over now. With these strengths, Qin Changshen is more confident when facing the 9th grade Demon Emperor. Moreover, with this breakthrough, the original demon essence and blood were completely absorbed by Qin Changshen. Okay, I'm ready to leave. Miss Gu Qingqian, thank you for this life-saving grace. I will complete the curse as soon as possible. Gu Qingqian didn't take it too seriously. 300 years was really not enough in Gu Qingqian's opinion. However, there was nothing he could do about it. He could only choose to believe in Qin Changshen. Finally, let me tell you a piece of news. The eternal prosperous age is coming soon, and many ancient geniuses and strong men will awaken. Your current strength is still far behind the geniuses of ancient times. Qin Changshen looked at Gu Qingqian's template, and then looked at himself. There was indeed a slight gap. I know, but it may not be too different. Gu Qingqian said nothing more. According to the prophecy, Qin Changshen is the prophesied son who can help their ancient gods lift the curse. Now he can only believe in Qin Changshen. Just when Gu Qingqian was about to leave, he felt when we reached the distance, a strong man from the divine realm came. He seems to be a powerful human being in the divine realm. Qin Changshen was also about to leave. Hearing Gu Qingqian's words, he stopped temporarily. Don't look at me. I ascended from the lower world and I don't know any god of war. I don't know what this person does here. Then I'll stay a little longer and see what the other party's intention is, right? The buried blade martial god also felt Gu Qingqian's gaze. This glance from a distant direction made the buried blade martial god feel a little palpitated. A strong man from ancient times. Really powerful. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 390. Qin Changshen also felt the will of a strong man in the divine realm. He was indeed unparalleled in power and immortal. The buried sword martial god came nearby, and Qin Changshen and Gu Qingqian also appeared in the air. Qin Changshen could feel that this should be the great way of heaven and earth that Gu Qingqian understood. Is this the way of space? The way of space can be regarded as a weakened version of the avenue of heaven and earth. Qin Changshen doesn't know much about the 3,000 avenues. If Gu Qingqian hadn't appeared, Qin Changshen might have thought that these he had understood were the avenues and the strongest avenues. So, is there any more powerful avenue in the way of time? Of course there is, and it's called the avenue of time. Qin Changshen has understood a little bit. Let's wait until later to slowly understand the 3,000 avenues. Now, let's see what the purpose of this martial god is. The burial blade martial god has arrived. Although it is only a clone, this clone exudes a kind of vague sword intention all the time. This sword intention can only be said to be stronger than Qin Changshen's sword intention. This is the strength of the will level, rather than the understanding of the rules of the Great Road. You should be Qin Changshen, right? I come from the human divine realm, the Yushin divine realm. The name is Burying Sword Martial God, and I am here to take you back to the human divine realm. The burial blade martial god can naturally feel the power and aura of Gu Qingqian. This is obviously a strong man from the ancient times. Even if he does not come from that period, he must be from the ancient ethnic group. Fellow Taoist, please be noble and let me, the genius of the human race, go. Qin Changshen also knew the name of the buried sword martial god from the memories of Konggu and others. This martial god has an unusual origin. He comes from a lower realm and is famous for his sword skills. He is now a second-grade martial god, but his sword skills have reached the 8th level. The realm of Taidao saints has been infinitely close to the 9th level. Some people even predict that buried sword martial god may be able to reach the realm of heavenly saints with the way of the sword. Qin Changshen has made a decision. Now, it is still relatively dangerous in the demon realm. And I have obtained a lot of resources from Gu Qingqian, so it is better to return to a safer area first and retreat for a while to improve. Thank you to Senior Burial Blade Martial God for making the trip. Thank you very much to Miss Gu Qingqian. See you next time. I hope you can bring me good news next time we meet. That's natural. Gu Qingqian disappeared in an instant, and the burying blade martial god also sighed. With his second-grade martial god realm, he could not see Gu Qingqian's movements. He was obviously only an 8th-grade martial emperor, but he was extremely skilled in the use of this avenue. Extremely powerful. Even he can feel how scary Gu Qingqian is. If possible, it would be best to be friends. Qin Changshen, let's go. Thank you, Senior. The burying sword martial god led Qin Changshen to leave the demon realm and go to the Yushin divine realm. This Yushin divine realm is still extremely far away from the Fangtian divine realm. It is as powerful as the burying sword martial god. It took a lot of time to get there. That is a god, a powerful person. Not only can he do whatever he wants, but he can reach the ends of the earth in a single thought. The speed is absolutely terrifying. Qin Changshen, is that strong man from ancient times. Qin Changshen guessed that burying the sword martial god meant to find out the origin of Gu Qingqian, and also wanted to know the relationship between Qin Changshen and Gu Qingqian. After all, the human race is at a disadvantage in the eternal world, and fighting against the demons is also there are a lot of frictions with other races. Especially many alien races, they all feel that the human race is inherently weak, and even think that the human race is the blood food of these alien races. If the human race can win over powerful alien races as allies, it can also develop well. I'm not very clear either. Miss Gu Qingqian is a figure who came out of the ancient Forbidden Land. She seems to be a strong person from the ancient gods. She was so powerful that she easily killed these demon emperors and demon geniuses, and even the clone of the blood demon god was easily killed. Then why did she help you? Qin Changshen didn't intend to hide it. I made an agreement with Miss Gu Qingqian and made an oath of heaven. She helped me get out of this predicament and kill the demon emperor. After I improve my strength in the future, I will help her complete a small task. Although the buried sword martial god is obsessed with the art of swords, he is not a fool. This so-called small task is definitely not simple. If it is really a simple task, they, the ancient strong men, can definitely solve it by themselves. Why do they need to find Qin Changshen? Help. It seems that this small task is not easy. Once you have made an oath of heaven, you cannot go back on it. You can only fulfill this condition by yourself. The conditions proposed by the ancient ethnic group are definitely not simple. Qin Changshen also responded, it's not easy, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm sure I can do it. That would be best. The buried blade martial god ended Gukinkian's topic, but this journey is still a bit long, and the buried blade martial god also found a second topic. You must have ascended from the lower world, right? Yes, it seems to be Chinhui realm. The burial blade martial god frowned. There seemed to be a few strong men in the Chinhui realm. However, the burial blade martial god is not sure. It doesn't matter where he comes from. The important thing is that Qin Changshen's current strength is comparable to that of Tian Xiao. We, the martial gods, also know a little bit about your deeds and strength. You have destroyed several demon clans, and your strength is pretty good. Now, you are also a 5th grade martial emperor. When you return to the Yushan divine realm and pass the test, you can be named the prodigy. Qin Changshen also knows that having the title of Tianjiao means more resources, more attention from powerful people, and more dangers. Moreover, enjoying the resources of the human race also means that he will serve the human race in the future. Just put in more effort. However, these dangers are indeed nothing to Qin Changshen. The genius of the human race? I'm afraid, this title is not so easy to get, right? The buried blade martial god admires Qin Changshen very much. He ascended from the lower world and has the same origin as himself. Moreover, Qin Changshen's talent and strength are obviously stronger. He has reached the realm of the 5th level martial emperor just after he ascended, and even made so many achievements. Also, the buried sword martial god is proficient in the way of the sword, and Qin Changshen is proficient in the way of the sword. The way of the sword is actually somewhat understood, and the buried sword martial god also has a good impression of Qin Changshen. It's not that easy, but they are just some prepared geniuses. If you can defeat them, these will not be a problem. Strength is respected. Only those with talent and strength can become a genius. This is normal. Qin Changshen is thinking about whether he will plunder the saints in the human divine domain after returning to the human divine domain and Yushan divine domain. Lord Burial Blade Martial God, I plundered some witches from the demon realm. It shouldn't be a big problem, right? The Burial Blade Martial God is a little surprised. Qin Changshen is a person with special hobbies. However, the witches who plundered cannot be counted as demons. They can also be considered as weakening the power of demons in different ways. As long as these witches didn't do anything outrageous, it wouldn't be a big problem. There will also be some geniuses who take the genius daughters of other foreign races as their maids to show their strength and status. I only remind you, don't indulge in this way, only strength is respected. Qin Changshen deeply agreed, I think this sentence is right. After all, only when you are strong can you rob more of the proud girls of other races. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 391. The Burial Blade Martial God also roughly explained some things to Qin Changshen, and they chatted again and again. After a long time, they left this demonic realm. This was originally supposed to be the divine domain of our human race, but unfortunately, it has now become the demonic domain. Qin Changshen was very confident. Sooner or later I will get it back. You are right, sooner or later you will get it back. Fang Tianwu God also waited for the two of them. When he saw Qin Changshen and heard Qin Changshen's words, Fang Tianwu God also felt very relieved. As the Lord of Fang Tian Divine Domain, Fang Tianwu God could be said to shoulder a heavy responsibility, but the result was I lost the Fang Tian Divine Realm and felt quite guilty in my heart. He has good talent and is a good young talent. He should reach the level of a genius. With the two martial gods escorting them, Qin Changshen can be said to be full of face. However, this is normal. The genius of the human race will most likely become martial gods in the future and become a being at the same level as them. Their help is actually considered a kind of invest. Maybe Qin Changshen will really break through to the realm of the martial god in the future, and then he can remember them to help. After returning, directly using the teleportation array, he can easily return to the human race's holy land from this marginal area. Yushan Divine Domain. The Holy Land is called Yushan City Tianweishan. This Yushan City Tianweishan is said to be a city, but in fact it is more like a mountain, like a small world floating in the air. Yushan City is located in the sky above the center of Yushan Divine Domain. Only the martial god can fly into Yushan City with his own powerful strength. Others, some human race geniuses have this strength, but they generally will not fly directly into Yushan City. Yushan City Tianweishan is the holy land of Yushan Divine Domain, and below is the real Yushan City. This is a huge city, which can also be regarded as the outer area of the Holy Land. Many strong men and families survive. Most people who want to enter Tianweishan will teleport to the city below Yushan City. Through the Yushan Jade Talisman, the teleportation array in the city was transmitted to Yushan City. This time, Qin Changsheng entered Yushan City in this way. Qin Changsheng saw this so-called Yushan City. It didn't look like a city at all. This city is too majestic, like a mountain range. This is Yushan City? Doesn't it look like a city at all? This is obviously a huge mountain range. It's a mountain, yes, but it's also a city. This mountain range is basically divided into 3 levels, like a round platform, or it can be said to be like terraced fields. The clone of the buried blade martial god returned directly to Tianweishan, and Fang Tianwu god can also be regarded as the leader of Qin Changsheng. After all, the place where Qin Changsheng ascended was Fang Tian Divine Realm. Fang Tian martial god also knew about the Qinhui realm, and knew that there were some martial emperors who ascended from the Qinhui realm, but most of their talents were relatively average, and Fang Tian martial god didn't know much about it. Not very clear. However, God Fang Tianwu knew that the Queen Mother of the West of the Yaokai Divine Realm had left some inheritance in the Qinhui realm, and that there were 2 things about the exiled people on the Holy Beast Island. Now, come with me to Tianwei Tian. If after being tested by a group of martial gods, it is confirmed that you are a human race and not a foreigner, then you can be confirmed to be a Tian Xiao. If you can meet the standards, you can officially become a Tian Xiao. Qin Changsheng doesn't know much now, but these are nothing. Let's get familiar with him slowly. Qin Changsheng followed Fang Tianwu god to Tianweishan, and then he discovered that this Tianwei genius is a real beauty. It's beautiful, like a fairyland. The conditions and environment here are really great. Let's go, I'll take you to the human emperor's palace. Our human race has been able to develop to this day. All of you human emperors have contributed a lot, and the test for you is in the palace of the human emperor. Good. Qin Changsheng was brought outside the human emperor's palace by Fang Tian Divine Domain. At this moment, many clones of the martial gods in the human emperor's palace have arrived here, waiting for Qin Changsheng and Fang Tian martial god. Fang Tian, bring Qin Changsheng into the palace. Please follow the emperor's orders. This extremely majestic human emperor's palace is the most majestic and the most eye-catching place in the world. This hall exudes an inexplicable aura and power, as if the power of Qin Changsheng's bloodline has been activated. Generally speaking, Qin Changsheng entered the palace. In the palace, plus the martial god Fang Tian, there were 7 martial gods in total. In addition to the martial gods, they were the human emperors of the human race who were enshrined. From ancient times to the present, the number of human emperors was not actually counted. There are so many, not even 10. The leader is naturally the ancestor emperor of the human race. He overcame all obstacles for the rise of the human race. He led many of the human race to rise with forbearance. When the time was right, he established the current human emperor world of the human race, which can also be said to be the human race. The first divine realm. The ancestral emperor. The flame emperor, and the current wind emperor. Each human emperor has sacrificed a lot for the human race, and now the human race has gradually risen and grown, and has a stable place in the eternal world. Qin Changsheng took a look and found that he could not clearly see the faces of these 9 statues. They looked extremely mysterious, but it also made Qin Changsheng feel a sense of awe. "See, Wind Emperor. Test it." Qin Changsheng heard this voice, which was clearly right in front of him, but seemed to come from a distant place. It doesn't seem to be in the present moment, but it comes from eternity, and it seems to come from the future. After careful investigation, Qin Changsheng discovered that the sound came from the statue of the Wind Emperor. The test is also very simple. Qin Changsheng is standing in this area. The statues of many human emperors have their eyes emitting a faint light, covering Qin Changsheng. Qin Changsheng did not feel any discomfort. Instead, he felt that his blood was boiling, as if a power was awakening, which made Qin Changsheng a little confused. "It's my human race." The test is over, the light dissipates, and the statue of the Feng Emperor gives the final answer, which also makes the gods of war breathe a sigh of relief. The people who wasted a lot of time and effort to save are indeed human beings. The statue of the Feng Emperor seems to as if they had lost their color and some of their agility. A group of martial gods also said in unison, "Farewell to the Wind Emperor." Qin Changsheng also hurriedly said something, finally completing the matter. Yushin martial god was the first to speak. "Since it has been confirmed that Qin Changsheng is from the human race, then we will first give him the status of Tianxiao. If he can meet the standards, then, give him the title of genius of the race." "Can." "I agree." Qin Changsheng was a little confused. "I wonder, lords of martial arts, do I need to complete the standard?" Yu Tianwu God also gave an instruction, and Qin Changsheng also knew that the identity of this human race genius is not so easy to obtain. This standard can be said to be very high. Defeat the 5 genius preparations. Kill the 8th level enemy alien race, a martial emperor or a foreign genius. Earn 100,000 merit points from the human race. Qin Changsheng has a rough understanding of the difficulty of the 3 tasks. It can be said that one is more difficult than the other. If you want to meet these 3 standards, the difficulty is not small. Qin Changsheng nodded. "Thank you so much to Yushin martial god. I understand the 3 conditions. I will achieve my goal as soon as possible and become the genius of the human race. In this case, you should go to Yushin city first and take a rest before completing the mission." Qin Changsheng also knows that this matter cannot be rushed. Becoming a genius of the human race must be done step by step. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 392. Qin Changsheng was sent to the teleportation array by Fang Tianwu Shen, and Qin Changsheng was about to return to Yushin city by himself. Before leaving, God Fang Tianwu also told Qin Changsheng some things about living in Yushin city and becoming a genius of the human race. Qin Changsheng basically understood it and knew how to accomplish these goals and reach the standard of the genius of the human race. The current Qin Changsheng is not yet the genius of the human race, so he is naturally not qualified to live and practice in Tianwuishan, but he is still very good in Yushin city. Yushin city has teleportation arrays leading to major holy places. It is rich in resources and has many geniuses. Qin Changsheng returned to Yushin city, and the next step was to buy a house in Yushin city and live in Yushin city for now. First understand the information prepared by each genius, and then decide what to do. Yushin city is indeed Yushin city, the core and most luxurious place in Yushin divine domain. Qin Changsheng bought a house here and spent a lot of money. Fortunately, Qin Changsheng has merit points, which are quite a lot gained from killing the demon emperor. Otherwise, he would not be able to buy a house in Yushin city just by relying on the low-level resources obtained from the lower realm. Qin Changsheng finally relaxed. In the demon realm, he was always planning how to escape, where to choose his next target, and how to improve his strength. He could indeed relax a little at this stage. Xianyao and others appeared in the house, and it immediately became lively. Master, where is this? Qin Changsheng looked at the slightly stronger girls, and was quite happy in his heart. This is Yushan City, the core city of the Yushan divine domain of the human race in the Eternal Realm. Eternal Realm, is this the Eternal Realm? It feels like the spiritual energy is really strong. Yes, it feels better than Linglong Immortal Mansion. Ah, after practicing for a long time, I can finally come out to relax and take it easy. Qin Changsheng felt much better when he saw this group of warblers and Yanyan. He also remembered the World Pearl and planned to take advantage of this time to integrate the Linglong Immortal Mansion and the World Pearl. This is the power of the World Pearl. It can help the Linglong Immortal Mansion to improve, but basically it still retains the original condition of the Linglong Immortal Mansion. In other words, after the integration of the World Pearl and the upgrade, the original Linglong Immortal Mansion is similar to the original Linglong Immortal Mansion, except that the area is wider. The environment and concentration of spiritual weapons will definitely be better. Even the Sky-Fire Stone Tablet and the Divine Blood Pool that Qin Changsheng plundered from the demons will be retained in the future Linglong Immortal Mansion. Qin Changsheng wake up all the saints and witches, interrupt their practice, and place them in the house first. The next step is to fuse the World Pearl. After the World Pearl is merged, they will choose whether to go into seclusion and practice. Let's rest for a while first. Xianyao, Xian'er, you take care of them first. I want to upgrade the Linglong Immortal Mansion first. Although Xianyao doesn't know how to do it, since Qin Changsheng said it, there must be a way. Naturally, he can't disturb Qin Changsheng now. Qin Changsheng summoned Linglong Immortal Mansion and integrated the World Pearl with it. Qin Changsheng felt at this moment a variety of mysterious powers. This is the avenue of heaven and earth, and there is another avenue that seems more magical than the avenue of heaven and earth. Qin Changsheng felt that it was extremely wonderful. The avenue of heaven and earth could be said to be the ultimate version of the way of space, and it was naturally extremely powerful. But this kind of avenue seems to include everything in the world and is very complicated, as if it is a world. Qin Changsheng finally realized that this is the great way of the world. The avenue of the world is not just the avenue of Kinkan, it is as simple as the way of space. The great way of the world has been comprehended to the extreme, and the world is under control. If you are willing, you can create a world. Of course, it is also very easy to destroy a world. Qin Changsheng only had some understanding, but he was still a little far away from comprehending the world's great ways and attaining enlightenment and becoming a saint. Qin Changsheng felt that he seemed to be able to understand something, but it seemed to be restricted by something. Qin Changsheng tried to understand again, but he almost got lost in the Dao. In the light of Dao Yun, Qin Changsheng almost lost his direction and even lost himself. It seems that my own talent is still limiting me. It is not that easy to understand the 3,000 avenues. Qin Changsheng is not in a hurry. One day, Qin Changsheng will understand the 3,000 avenues. Now, seizing the time to integrate the World Pearl is the main topic. After this matter is over, Qin Changsheng has many plans for the future. There are a lot of things to do. Linglong Immortal Mansion absorbed the power of this world, and the entire Immortal Mansion began to expand and expand outward. Some of the original things have indeed undergone huge changes. Qin Changsheng can clearly feel this. After the integration of Linglong Immortal Mansion is completed, I am afraid it will be a bit larger than Qinhui Realm. In other words, Qin Changsheng will really take one side of the world around in the future. At that time, he can be in the side of the world among them. There are many good things like the Sky-Fire Stone Tablet and the Divine Blood Pool. Qin Changsheng retreats to fuse the world beads, and these more than 100 saints, under the management of Xianyao, are also in order. Although many people are very curious about the Eternal Realm and Yushan City, but they do not go out privately. Their strength is limited. The strongest one is Mo Qingxuan, the prodigy of the demon race. The strongest among the human race is Xianyao, and Xianyao is still a first-class person. Emperor Wu. Although no one dares to cause trouble in Yushan City, Xianyao's strength is limited after all. If he can't go out, it's better not to go out for the time being. Let's practice with peace of mind for now, and wait until Mr. Qin's retreat is over, and then he will lead everyone around. It's just that now that Mr. Qin's strength has reached the level of the 5th grade martial emperor, our strength is still a little too weak to be of much help at all. Sister Xianyao, don't worry, we will all practice hard and not cause trouble to the young master. This eternal world is really magical. The divine blood pool has been of great help to us. The power of my bloodline has reached the level of a 3rd grade king's bloodline. In 3 more months, I should be able to reach the martial emperor realm. Xianyao is also practicing in seclusion. She and Qin Changsheng have been wandering in the demon realm for a while, so she naturally knows the dangers involved. Later, she was not summoned and could only practice in seclusion in Linglong Immortal Mansion. But Xianyao knows that Qin Changsheng is definitely not that safe in the outside world, nor is he that light. He must have encountered a lot of difficulties, and finally came to Yushan Divine Domain after overcoming danger. In 9 days, the fusion of Linglong Immortal Mansion and World Pearl was finally over. Qin Changsheng can't believe the current situation of Linglong Immortal Mansion. At this moment, Linglong Immortal Mansion has completely changed its appearance. What else is this called Linglong Immortal Mansion? With this scale, this situation, and this environment and spiritual stone resources, it can be called the Linglong Immortal Realm. Qin Changsheng personally entered the Linglong Immortal Mansion and looked at everything in front of him. The current Linglong Immortal Mansion actually has Qin Changsheng's plan in it, and it also retains a little bit of it. The core area is naturally the Linglong Immortal Mansion, which is similar to a palace and is magnificent. The saint's daily life and practice will be here. In addition, there is a valley nearby. There is a huge lake in it, which is the divine blood pool. As for the heavenly firestone monument, it is in a slightly distant desert. Due to the influence of the way of fire, it is extremely hot and desolate. Finally, it is a relatively remote place. It's called the Cursed Place, and what's stored here is naturally the Cursed Amber. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 393. As the master of the Linglong Immortal Realm, Qin Changsheng can naturally go anywhere at will, but it may not be so easy for the saints. Therefore, Qin Changsheng plans to build a teleportation array in the core area, Linglong Immortal Mansion, which can teleport to other places. This process is not troublesome, and Qin Changsheng has already prepared for it. After all, it is not very difficult to build a teleportation array here. Qin Changsheng only needs to prepare the materials. Due to lack of materials, Qin Changsheng planned to stop his plan and prepare to go out and rest first. Seeing that all the saints are living harmoniously, they can rest well in this large house with beautiful environment. It's a little worse here than in Linglong Immortal Mansion, but it's not too bad. After all, the cultivation conditions in the Eternal Realm are much better than those in the lower realm. Even though there are not so many Lingxi mountains, some of them are provided for their cultivation. Qin Changsheng came out of seclusion and planned to go out to buy some materials for constructing the teleportation array in Yushan City. In addition to buying some materials, Qin Changsheng also wanted to know some information about the Yushan Divine Realm and other geniuses. The most important thing was the information about the saints and the geniuses of heaven. If Qin Changsheng wants to improve his strength, plundering other saints is definitely the best way. If Qin Changsheng wants to become a real genius, he must defeat other geniuses who are preparing for it. There are also women among these genius preparations. Qin Changsheng plans to incorporate these women who may become geniuses into his exquisite fairyland. Qin Changsheng went out and brought a dozen saints with him. The witches did not dare to move at all now, and they were still safe with Qin Changsheng. But if you want to escape and cause trouble in Yushan City, you will be killed by the strong men of the human race accidentally. Yushan City is extremely vast. This city is vast, even bigger than a holy land. Qin Changsheng is considered to be in a relatively core area, where there are some powerful family forces, some powerful chambers of commerce, and a variety of activities. Qin Changsheng chose a chamber of commerce. Just looking at the size of this chamber of commerce, one could tell that it was very huge. Moreover, this chamber of commerce is called Yushan Chamber of Commerce. It is actually a chamber of commerce controlled by Yushan Divine Realm, and it has more good things. When Qin Changsheng entered the Chamber of Commerce, he saw a dazzling array of things and many rare cultivation resources. Qin Changsheng was extremely looking forward to it. It's a pity that the ethnic groups in the demon realm don't have many suitable training resources. Otherwise, I would definitely have a large number of training resources now. Qin Changsheng regrets that he was unable to obtain more resources from the demon realm. However, he destroyed several demon clans, killed many demon emperors, and gained a lot of merit points. Moreover, with the help of the martial gods, it is suggested that those demon emperors killed by Gu Qingqian should also be counted as Qin Changsheng's achievements. After all, it was because of Qin Changsheng that Gu Qingqian was able to take action, so this calculation is normal. Therefore, Qin Changsheng is still not lacking in merit points. Yes, but after all, these demon emperors were not killed by Qin Changsheng himself. To reach the standard of genius, Qin Changsheng still needs to kill an 8th grade demon emperor himself. Qin Changsheng saw a lot of good things in the Yushan Chamber of Commerce. It is indeed necessary to exchange for some high-end resources suitable for Emperor Wu's cultivation. There are indeed many spiritual stones, which are very good, but they are not the most commonly used resources in the eternal world. The most commonly used cultivation resources in the eternal world are divine crystals, and the spiritual energy contained in the divine crystals it is purer and richer than spirit stones. Even the spiritual liquid in Linglong Immortal Mansion is a level lower than the divine crystals. Qin Changsheng decided to take a drastic step and exchange most of the spiritual stone mountains into divine crystals. The pure power contained in the crystal is more effective than the spirit stone. Qin Changsheng began to purchase, not only the materials for the teleportation array, which were relatively common in the Yushan Chamber of Commerce, but it also cost Qin Changsheng a lot of money. Less merit points. Merit points are relatively high-end and very common items in the human divine domain. Most human geniuses like merit points. For example, when redeeming some good things in Tianweishan, you must have merit points to redeem them. Qin Changsheng chose this item to exchange for the teleportation array. These things can be purchased with spirit stones. After exchanging all the items needed for the teleportation array, Qin Changsheng turned his attention to other things. The divine crystal was a must. Originally, in the Lingxi Mountain in Linglong Immortal Mansion, 90% of the spiritual stones were also taken out by Qin Changsheng and directly exchanged for divine crystals. Now that I have the divine crystal, I will also buy some imperial weapons and some elixirs that are needed in the martial emperor realm. Qin Changsheng's current alchemy skills are only at the 7th level of emperor level, and he cannot yet refine emperor level pills. Alas, the strength has improved too fast, and these low-level resources seem to be replaced again. When Qin Changsheng was in the lower realm, he put all the low-level resources into the Yaokai Holy Land. What he brought with him were at least king-level resources of the highest quality. However, judging from the situation in the eternal realm, the resources of the king level are basically they are about to be eliminated. However, there are still some saints who use king level resources. For higher level resources, go to these families and find these geniuses to plunder. Qin Changshen naturally couldn't let go of this opportunity. He could just take advantage of the opportunity to compete and fight to obtain resources. Qin Changshen purchased very rich resources, but originally there were more than 20 Lingxi mountains. Those Lingxi mountains, there are continuous ups and downs in Linglong Immortal Mansion, but now, too many have disappeared. Alas, resources are not enough again. After Qin Changshen purchased the necessary items, he went to buy some information prepared by Tian Xiao. Finally, he took a group of saints to choose clothes. Looking at their excited expressions, he could not help but sigh. The saints also picked some things, such as gorgeous-looking clothing and other beautiful-looking items. In fact, this clothing is not just clothing, it is actually protective armor, and its effect is comparable to imperial rank. It seems that this kind of shopping can also exist in this world. Qin Changshen finally waved his hand and prepared to buy more. If the resources are not enough, just plunder. But there seems to be a lot of benefits in buying more. Qin Changshen was preparing to take action. A man in luxurious clothes, the young master, appeared here. Qin Changshen knew the identity of the other party after just one glance. Unexpectedly, this allowed me to meet a genius, Lin Aobai of the Lin family. Qin Changshen looked at Lin Aobai's information and found that he was definitely much weaker than himself in terms of strength. As a genius of the demon race, Mo Qingxun must be stronger than Lin Aobai, and Qin Changshen's strength is more than 10 times stronger than Mo Qingxun. It is clear at a glance who is stronger and who is weaker. Oh, there are so many beautiful ones, and there are actually women from the demon race, which suits my taste very well. Qin Changshen's mouth twitched. There is still someone who wants to wear a colorful hat for himself? This Lin Aobai is dead. Qin Changshen originally planned to challenge these geniuses. It is best to choose a woman so that he can plunder them when the time comes. However, Lin Aobai jumped out to commit suicide, so it's no wonder Qin Changshen. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 394. Qin Changshen faced Lin Aobai with an unkind look on his face and blocked Lin Aobai's path. Lin Aobai. Want to rob my master's little slave girls? Lin Aobai looked at the more than 10 beauties of all kinds in front of him, pure, charming, and all kinds of beauties, and his mind wandered. As a result, Qin Changshen blocked his way and said these women were his, so Lin Aobai was naturally very angry. The beauties he had taken a liking to were actually married to famous women. Thinking of this, Lin Aobai felt as if he had been cheated on, and he was extremely angry. What I, Lin Aobai, want, no one can stop me. Qin Changshen is not used to this Lin Aobai. Lin Aobai is indeed a talented person, and there is a family behind him, the Lin family. The Lin family is also a famous and powerful family in Yushan City. The Lin family has a 9th grade martial emperor, and also there is an 8th grade martial emperor. With such strength, he can definitely build a powerful holy land. However, the Lin family still chose to focus on the family and did not establish a holy land. It is normal not to establish a holy land. After all, among the human gods, the most common one is the coexistence of holy land and families. Moreover, in this divine domain, there are many families that are even more powerful than holy land. Even most of the martial gods are cultivated by their families. Only a few of the martial gods cultivated by holy land are Qin. Changshen also learned through the information that the Lin family is powerful and must have a lot of resources, so he must not miss this opportunity. No one can stop you. Lin Aobai, do you really think you are a god of war? Lin Aobai looked disdainful and didn't take Qin Changshen to heart at all. Even if I'm not the god of war, crushing you to death is just as easy as crushing an ant. Qin Changshen said with a confident smile, oh, since you are so confident, then in 3 days, we will have a battle at the competition ground in Yushan City. Just you. You are not qualified yet. It's just me, Qin Changshen, one of the talented candidates. Is this name enough? Qin Changshen's name is still somewhat famous in Yushan City. After all, after ascending from the lower realm to the eternal realm, he appeared in the demon realm and destroyed several demon tribes one after another, including even the 7th grade tribe. As for Tianjiao's requirements, just those few items. In addition to those few items, there are also hidden requirements. For example, these requirements must be completed before breaking through to the 6th grade martial emperor. There are also age requirements. You must reach the martial emperor realm before the age of 50. Are you the Qin Changshen who destroyed several demon clans in the demon realm? It turns out that he is Mr. Qin. He is really a talented person. No wonder, these 2 demon women must have been brought back by Mr. Qin, right? Mr. Qin is powerful and makes our human race famous. There are many people around who have heard about Qin Changshen's deeds, and now they see the real person. With Qin Changshen's strength and deeds, it is indeed reasonable to prepare to become a genius. However, I heard so many people complimenting Qin Changshen. Lin Aobei couldn't stand listening anymore. Lin Aobei was also a genius in preparation, and a genius of the Lin family. He was extremely arrogant and looked down on Qin Changshen at all. But now, so many people are complimenting Qin Changshen, which is like a slap in his face. Generally. But I'm from the lower world, so I don't have much knowledge. It's your luck to be a talented person. As for becoming a real talented person, you are still far away. Qin Changshen was also unmoved. Yes, I came from the lower realm, so what do you think of the challenge in 3 days? Could it be that you are afraid? Lin Aobei naturally knew that this was a very simple way to provoke Qin Changshen, and it was an obvious way to provoke the general, but Lin Aobei naturally fell into the trap and agreed to it. Yes, why not? I just need one person to complete the task of defeating the 5 geniuses. Since you came to my door, I reluctantly agreed. Qin Changshen had already expected that Lin Aobei would agree. However, just agreeing is not enough. Qin Changshen needs resources. The more resources Lin Aobei has, the better. Qin Changshen suddenly changed his mind. Hey, just it seems that there is no point in fighting like this. How about adding some excitement? I have only been in the eternal realm for a short period of time and have few resources, only some merit points. Lin Aobei immediately became happy. Merit points are a good thing. If Lin Aobei wants to get merit points, he has to kill the demons. It is very difficult to kill the demons. Especially to Lin Aobei, ordinary demons are of little value, only demon emperors, and the higher the rank, the better. As for Qin Changshen, the amount of merit points is enough to make Lin Aobei envious and jealous. I don't think it's too much, just 1,000,000 merit points. The calculation method is relatively clear. This 1,000,000 merit points is a lot, and its value is comparable to that of an 8th grade demon emperor. This value is definitely not cheap for Lin Aobei, but for Qin Changshen, it is only just a little bit. 3 9th grade demon emperors, 8 8th grade demon emperors, and 3 demon geniuses. These merit points are all counted on Qin Changshen's head. In addition to the previous demon emperors from the demon clan, Qin Changshen has a total of 50 million merit points. After hearing this number, Lin Aobei was a little excited, but also a little worried. In case of losing, these 1,000,000 merit points are quite a lot. How? The majestic genius is preparing. Lin Aobei, the son of the Lin family, can't even get 1,000,000 merit points? If it doesn't work, I won't mind using other resources to use the divine crystal. If it doesn't work, then just use less. I think you can only get 10,000 merit points at most, so 10,000 is fine. Qin Changshen deliberately changed his words from 1 million to 10,000. In fact, he continued to use the provoking method. A person with Lin Aobei's character could see Qin Changshen's plan and choose to agree. Isn't it just 1 million merit points? I agreed, but can you afford 1 million merit points? Of course, I sent 3 ninth grade demon emperors, 8 grade demon emperors, and real geniuses of the demon tribe in this round of siege by the demons. In the end, they all died. Although I didn't do it, the merit points were all counted on my head, so I could still get a million merit points. Hearing Qin Changshen's words, Lin Aobei felt hot in his heart. He was an 8th grade and 9th grade demon emperor. He was the genius of the demon clan. They all had huge merit points. He would be envious and jealous. If all these merit points belong to him, Lin Aobei owns it. He is very confident that he can improve himself and become a true genius level powerhouse. Lin Aobei thought about it for a while. Merit points are very important. If he can use more resources, that means you can earn more resource points. 1 million merit points is too stingy, why not increase it to 3 million? Seeing Lin Aobei take the bait, Qin Changshen was ecstatic. Okay, then 3 million merit points. Qin Changshen left with a group of saints and witches. Before leaving, Qin Changshen did not forget to say, I hope you won't disappoint me. See you in the morning in 3 days.